All right. Jnana Gamya. Let me go back to Jnana Gamya. Jnana, who is attainable through Jnana. Gamya means attainable, can be approached, it seems. That is one meaning. Jnana Gamya, who is attainable through Jnana, is the meaning. Maybe in Telugu, Gamyam means destination, but Gamya also means approachable, attainable. Those are the other meanings of Gamya.
Almost related. It's not completely off.
Mm.
It's almost like the same thing. Like who can be reached through Jnana?
Reached. Yeah, reached when you think about it that way. Yeah, exactly. Then she is approachable only through Jnana. She is perceived only through knowledge. She can be attained through three means, either through bhavana or meditation. Okay, I didn't know that meditation can also be referred as bhavana. Second, through bhakti or devotion, or through jnana. Bhavana, bhakti, jnana. Those are the three ways to attain her. Ultimately, meditation and devotion merge into knowledge, where self-realization takes place. Meditation or devotion only leads us to knowledge. They eventually lead us to knowledge. Sacrifice, even Krishna says, sacrifice through knowledge is superior to sacrifice performed with material offerings. For all actions without exception culminate in knowledge. This is in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 4, 33 sloka. In another sloka, on those ever united through devotion with me and worship me with love, I confer that yoga of wisdom through which they come to me. In order to shower my grace on them, I dwell in their heart and dispel the darkness born out of my ignorance by shining the light of wisdom. This is chapter 10, sloka number 11. What is wisdom? Is it all knowingness? Patanjali in his Yoga Sutra says, in him becomes infinite, that all knowingness which in others is only a germ. Okay. Let us assume that someone steals money from somebody, thinking that his action of theft is not known to anybody, but it will be known to a self-realized person because his knowledge is not individualized, but it is connected to cosmos. The sum total of individual knowledge is known as universal knowledge. All knowingness is the very element of consciousness. Where there is consciousness, there exists knowing. If consciousness is pervasive, then it is all knowing. Knowledge is nothing but manifestation of consciousness through an appropriate mental mode. In Viveka Chudamani, the wise one realizes in his heart the infinite Parabrahman, which is an ineffable something of the nature of eternal knowledge and absolute bliss, which has no exemplar, which transcends all limitations, is ever free and without activity, like the limitless sky, indivisible and absolute. So this is the thing that a wise one should realize, that the nature of the eternal knowledge, it's absolute bliss, ever free, without activity, like the limitless sky, indivisible and absolute. The wise one realizes in his heart, in samadhi, the infinite Parabrahman, which is devoid of the touch of, which is devoid of the cause and effect, which is the reality beyond all imagination, which is homogeneous, matchless, beyond the reach of logical proofs, but proved by the experience of the wise and ever familiar to man as the basis of his self-awareness. The wise one realizes in his heart, in samadhi, the infinite Parabrahman, which is imperishable and immortal. The reality which is the negation of all negations, which resembles the ocean where the waves have subsidized, which is without a name, in which have subdued all the modification of the gunas, which is eternal, pacified, and one. These are all the quotes that give the summary of the jnana that we should attain in this janma. Anything to add on to this? So if you have this jnana, you will attain her.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. It might take several janmas, several births to get there. But I think you may all know, it's never too late to start. Even if you make little progress in this janma, you will start, and when you take a new janma, you'll start where you left off. So nothing gets wasted. All we need to do is start on this journey. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says again and again that point. Yeah. But our goal should be fixated on getting there, no matter. There might be, there were some, there was a good example recently, somebody was saying, where, I think Veena ji maybe, where you take a train, the destination but you get distracted, you get down in a station, and you do a lot of other activities and miss the train, but then another train will come, you can still go to the final destination. So if you are concentrated, you'll not get distracted and reach the destination fast. If not, you'll get distracted. But nothing gets wasted. That's
just a fundamental difference from other Abrahamic religion.
Over there, what do they say in Abrahamic religion? Srinivas? They say you have to reach by this life. Yeah, we don't have punarjanma, right? There is no rebirth, right? Isn't it? Is that the part? Yeah.
I mean, there's only one life. That's it.
There is only one life.
You either go to hell or you go to heaven.
Heaven. There is there is no concept of hell. I guess that wherever we are can be a hell. You can call this earth as the place of suffering. Getting out of it is going to be the ultimate goal.
There, I think another difference is this thing is after death, the life is better than what we live. That's the way. Yeah, so that's why they become martyrs. I mean, those things. I mean, that's the way they think about it. Whereas for us, this is the place. Everything.
So you can even go to other lokas, right? There are different lokas, different ways also. Sayujya, like we didn't we talk about that recently, where you will become closer to God, then you attain the loka of God, then you become one with God, one of those demigods or gods, and then you finally merge into the Parabrahman. Yeah. So even if you leave Earth, there are other steps that you might take, but you can always fall down, out of in any of those stages. If you do again any papa or get distracted and go in different directions.
So we have to take care of it here actually for us. Yeah, yes. This is a place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll move on to the next nama. Jnana Gyeya Swarupini. Okay. What is that? Jnana, we know it's knowledge. Gyeya is to be known or having to be known. Swarupin means in the form of, who is in the form of knowledge and the known. Gyeya is to be known. She's the form of knowledge and she's the one to be known also. So that's what Jnana Gyeya Swarupini. Know, like how they say knower and to be known. The knowledge also is her. Let's read a little bit more about it. The importance of knowledge is being repeatedly stressed by Vagdevis towards the end of this Sahasranama. Again and again, right? We are in this Nama, we are saying she's the knowledge and the knowing. The previous Nama said that she can be approached only through knowledge. Even before we have said she's a symbol of knowledge. And Krishna, in this context, we can recall a Bhagavad Gita sloka where he says, Supreme Parabrahman is said to be the light of all lights and entirely beyond Maya, and is knowledge itself, worth attaining through real wisdom and particularly seated in the heart of all. Yeah, Jnana means knowledge, the essential nature of the Parabrahman. Jnaya is a qualifying word here. I think Harshavidya Gurukulam's Paramahamsa, I forget this name, I'm having a mental block. Basically, the Guruji gives a very good talk on Jnaya, if you are curious. What is Jnaya? It's a qualifying word here with intent to reveal that the primary duty of a man is to know her. That is our primary duty, is to know that Parabrahman. It means to be learnt or understood or ascertained or investigated or perceived or inquired about. How? Only through knowledge we can get there. You have to know that Parabrahman is always residing within you. There is nothing higher than this knowledge. Just this particular knowledge that Parabrahman, all-pervading Parabrahman, is residing inside you. This is a very important knowledge to have. The Jiva, the enjoyer, the Jagat, that which the enjoyer enjoys, and the Parabrahman within, all these three are one and the same. The enjoyer, that which gets enjoyed, which is this Jagat, this world, this physical world, the person that we are, and the Parabrahman that we are talking about, who is within us and outside, are all one and the same. This is explicitly said in Svetasvatara Upanishad. Okay, and that Upanishad, it concludes there is nothing higher than this knowledge. Know that if you know this, it makes your path easier. So Jnana Jnaya Swarupini, that's what we are saying, that the knowledge and that to be known is Mata. How beautifully that Upanishad has said. This is what we keep reading again and again in different contexts. Realize that Parabrahman is within you. And even Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says the same, right? Okay. Anything to add on to this? This is a very powerful Nama. Okay, the next Nama is Yoni Mudra. Who personifies Yoni Mudra? Yoni Mudra is, we saw, we read Chin Mudra. Here, Yoni Mudra is the 9th Mudra of Dasa Mudra, 10 Mudras discussed in 977. Yoni is the typical symbol of the divine procreative energy. Worshipping her through Yoni Mudra, seeking her authorization to the divine procreating energy. Procreation here means the transformation of the practitioner after understanding the significations of the Nama so far discussed. In particular, Namas 978 onwards, attaining knowledge. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 14, sloka number 3, Mama Yoni Mudra, Yoni Mahad Brahma, which means my primordial nature, known as the great Parabrahman, is the yoni of all creatures. Yoni is the name attributed to Prakriti, the material cause of creation. Okay. So there is also Yoni Mudra meditation, and I can share the picture of it. So that is so Yoni Mudras are so one of the powerful hand mudras of yoga, primarily focused on female energy. There are there are some times that you may need to avoid depending upon the conditions of your body. So, but this mudra is one of the important mudras in the 10 mudras. Shiva says to Parvati, "My dear, this yoni mudra removes all illness. O goddess, without elaborating, I can just say that it destroys great diseases. O goddess, without exaggerating, I can say that this mudra causes the realization of the mantra, brings about direct perception of oneself, and bestows on the practitioner the great liberation. Yoni mudra is the secret communication between the practitioner and the Divine Mother, where the former seeks to access knowledge and consequent liberation. Yoni mudra should never be used publicly. There are 3 types of yoni mudras. The first one is used during Nava Avarana Puja. The second one is used during preliminary meditative practices. 5 fingers of both the hands are used to plug the sensory organs in the head to listen to the subtle sound within. The third is a tougher one with a combination of breath control, posture, and mantra, and more to do with the movement of Kundalini. So this is the discussion on Yoni Mudra. Mata, who personifies the Yoni Mudra. Anything to add on to that? So the index finger bends towards the thumb and all other fingers and relax, which represents overcoming illusion, karma, and ego, in order to unite one's consciousness into with supreme consciousness. Yeah, and I'll share after this call all the different mudras, 10 mudras. I found a good spreadsheet. From Yoga Institute.
Can you do this Yoni Mudra meditation without guidance?
You know, I know any mudra I think you should do with guidance. But like, you know, simple mudras like in our yoga class and in like once Pooja went through all these not different mudras, and she learned it from another person. They have this mudra meditation for different chakras, and each of the fingers represent one elements. That's how they do it, like fire, air, space, earth, all the panchabhutas. So accordingly, you know, you activate different ones, but I guess we can do it on our own. I have done it on my own, but I cannot say that everybody can do it. It's always better to have somebody who teaches you. There's this but Yoni Mudra specifically, they say, you know, you may have to know your body conditions before, you know, on specific days. Maybe it's related to menstrual cycle, I don't know. So be aware of that when you do Yoni Mudra, when to do, when to avoid. So that is something you may want to check with a practitioner or a guru. Shanti.
Yeah.
Chin Mudra, I think we have all been doing, right? When we sit and meditation, automatically we do Chin Mudra, and there is some of the other popular mudras, which you do the center, each of the fingers. Chin mudra is first. The first finger in your thumb is basically fire. First finger is air. The middle finger is akasam, and the fourth finger is earth. And fifth finger, the little finger, is jalam. Right? These are the 5 meanings. So basically, the simple thing is you like Chin Mudra, where you join the fire with the Vayu, right? Fire and Vayu, Agni and Vayu together. When you combine it, it becomes the Chin Mudra, the thumb and the index finger. Depending on that, you can easily do all the 5 variations, right? Different fingers. And in the case of Yoni Mudra, depending whether you're pregnant or if you are in menstrual cycle, depending on that, you may want to understand what are all the pros and cons of it, and accordingly do it. It's supposed to help you. There might be situations where it may not be recommended to do. Yeah. Well, at least in these mudra type of meditation, they say most of them are going to help you in some way or the other for your kundalini to rise, or you to reach that state of getting closer to the universe in a spiritual upliftment, your consciousness becoming more unified. So all that benefits are there with these mudra. Your prana becomes more controlled. You meditate when you do it. So there are a lot of benefits for this.
What is the fourth finger, you said? What does the fourth finger signify?
The fourth finger is earth.
Oh, earth. Okay.
The earth, yeah. Prithvi. The ring finger is Prithvi. Little finger is Jalam. The middle finger is Akasham, the tallest of all. Anyway, the next nama is, we can end with this Trikandeshi. It's the Mata who, Trikanda is the 10th mudra. Trikandeshi means she is the Ishwari of the Trikanda mudra, who rules the Trikanda. The mudra is used to invoke her during rituals. Trikanda mudra also means the union of various triads into single entity. For example, practitioner, his guru, and the Devi are the triads. The practitioner, the guru, and the Mata are the one triad. Merger of the triad into single entity is the supreme knowledge that the practitioner asked for in Yoni Mudra also. That is what we request, it seems. It is also said that this mudra refers to 3 kutas of Panchadashi mantra. From the broader perspective, this mudra can be termed as Brahma mudra. The extended pair of fingers point out to creation, sustenance, and dissolution. Okay, that is the Trikanda mudra means. How does that look like? Trikanda mudra is basically I think I remember you show 3 fingers, the first 3 fingers. So Sarva Trikanda mudra is there, and Sri Vidya Upasakas do, and I will share that picture also, Trikanda mudra. Maybe if I can share the screen, maybe. But later on also I'll show you. Okay. Before I share, yeah, that's all. Anything else to add on to that? Let me share my screen. Trikanda Mudra. I just Googled it. It looks like. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah. These are all the hastas. Now, you remember when you do the dance, these are the different hastas, swastikas, mudras. Vayu mudra, which is also the Jnana mudra, Akasha mudra, Prithvi mudra, Jala mudra, right? And then Vata mudra, Kapha, Karak, Vata and Kapha, Pitta, all that. And then here, Yoni mudra. This is Yoni mudra. Okay, we sometimes when people are thinking, they do it like that. Yoni mudra, Linga mudra, Anjali mudra. The Namaskaram itself is Anjali mudra. Kubera mudra, Hakini, one of the Kundalini mudra. Trikanda mudra is somewhere, maybe it comes here. Just saw it. Trimukha. These are all the Hasta mudras by gods. Abhaya Hasta, Varada Hasta, Anjali, Tarjani, Jnana. So look at how these different points in the hand also have relation to our like acupressure points in our hands. They also have some health benefits. Yeah. Trikanda mudra, I was just searching. This is the Trikanda mudra right here. In that book, in this book also it's there, but I couldn't find it right now. That is Trikanda mudra. Are you able to see it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll share this book with you, this thing that I just Googled, and maybe you can read through it. All right. We can, we just have, Vasu, is that the Jnana Mudra that you shared?
Yes. The first time,
Okay.
like when you were telling about it, yeah.
So we have few more slokas to complete. Then we will almost maybe next week we would be completing Dashamudra Samaradhya. We can start from Jnana Mudra, Jnana Gamya, Jnaya Gye, Swamadhyoni Mudra, Trikandeshi. From Triguna, we can start from, but next week we might complete. We can, okay, we still might have few more, 2 to 3 weeks we may finish. So after that, we can go from beginning, or we can do something else too. Maybe we can
We didn't do Dhyanam, I think.
We couldn't do Dhyanam also.
Yeah, Dhyanam, we started with the first one. We didn't do Dhyanam.
Yeah. Okay. We started in 2020. It almost takes 3 years.
Yeah, to finish. But maybe we should do it again. I mean, the whole thing.
Yeah, I like it to do it again.
Because
Okay.
like I don't remember everything, So now it'll get more into our head when we read,
Sure.
Something or other, like, every week, like, you pick some chapter and you can do that, or, anything.
Sure.
Make it continue.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we can go probably faster. I mean, now that we know, so that when we read, we can understand every word of it.
Yeah. Sounds
right now, I'm understanding the gist of it. I still, don't understand everything.
Yeah. Thank you, Shanti and Vasu, for making this discussion fruitful every week, joining consistently, and it has been a good journey. Thank you all.
Yeah, it's a good one.
So you said tomorrow Vishnu Sahasranama, right? At
11:30 onwards. We used to have Zoom, but then I cannot guarantee Zoom will be there or not. In the temple, that we will do Vishnu Sahasranama at 11:30. So please, if you come and join.
Oh, okay. No Zoom session. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah. Because it has been, there was no dedicated person to do it. Besides, we wanted to do in person also. Lalitha Sahasranamam, we have been doing in Zoom. Like, we don't want weekends, people can come in person and do Vishnu Sahasranama, right?
Yeah. Okay.
But I will check if that's something the temple wants to offer, or just do in person. All right, Vasu, and thank you, Shanti.
Thanks so much.